Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another patch preview for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the patch that is happening on the 28th of September. There are two new heroes coming out and there's some nice changes coming with this patch. You're going to see on your screen here, we do have some more content for adventure mode. If you guys are wondering, episode 4, chapter 9 is coming out. We are one chapter away from the final boss. The new hero Lua, which everyone was expecting, is also being released alongside the new ML 5-star ML Elena. And we also have another side story because we do have that new RGB hero Lua coming out. She's not a limited unit, guys, so if you guys miss out on her, it's not the end of the world. You guys will be able to pull her on her next banner pretty easily. We also have World Arena coming to an end, and they are announcing the date in this patch preview. Also, they are showcasing Apoc Ravi's new epic skin, which you will get for placing Masters or above in World Arena. There also is a free piece of gear, a ring actually, that you'll get for the Epic 7 World Championship. You didn't need to watch it, guys. Even if you didn't watch it, you'll still get it. The ring is insane, as you're going to see. There are some balance adjustments, and there are going to be some UI improvements as well. And they also talk about the banners that are coming out. You can see here, guys, Lua is an Ice Ranger. She's not limited, like I said. Let's look at her art here. It looks pretty nice. Honestly, just from her artwork alone, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Definitely looks something, like something I would pull for because her artwork looks pretty insane. So let's look at her base stats really quick. You're going to see that she's decently fast for a ranger at 120 speed. She's also pretty tanky, pretty high defense, and pretty high health as well. You're also going to see from her imprints, guys, that she has effectiveness as her concentration, which kind of hints that she's going to be some sort of debuffing opening ranger because she's also very fast and not really a DPS unit. So let's look at her skills really quick. Her S2. So her S2 is a single target attack that will dispel 2 buffs. And you'll also put the enemy to sleep for 1 turn, and you'll also grant an extra turn. If you can go first with Lua, because her base speed is pretty high, you can actually sleep the enemy opener and then get an extra turn and use her S3 after, which will be a 1 buff strip from all enemies. You'll also increase skill cooldowns of all enemies by 1 turn and inflict beguile. I don't know how to pronounce this really, but that debuff, okay? It is a new debuff, and you'll also increase speed of all of your allies for 2 turns. The best part of this, guys, is you can actually soul burn this for 20 souls and ignore effect resistance. So if you go before soul weavers that are on high effect resist, you can actually stop them from being able to cleanse or attack buff or even CR push their team, such as DN and Meteor Cowrick. And the new debuff, guys, is going to be at the end of the turn. You will deal additional damage to all allies of that target except for itself, equivalent to 10% of their max HP, and this will activate only once. So pretty cool. It's going to make it so that she can do decent damage against tankier units. Because the meta is full of tanky HP stacking units, she's going to do decent damage indirectly without having to build a lot of attack. You're also going to see her S1 is going to be a single target attack with a chance to defense break. So pretty much a full support unit. From her kit alone, most likely you're going to open with your S2, put a key unit to sleep, and then, strip everyone of their buffs and also increase skill cooldowns, which will basically make a lot of units hard to use, right? Like Hwa-Young can't S3, Meteor Cowrick, like I said, and DN won't be able to do their opening rotation. If you can go first before Conquer Ilias, she won't be able to do her S3 into S2 as well, which makes her a lot weaker. Pretty powerful opener. Pretty much a full control utility unit. Now you can see a ranger here, guys, or not a ranger. Her artifact here is a ranger exclusive artifact. It's going to be effectiveness boost, and it's going to be when you use a non-attack skill, you have a chance to grant stealth to the ally except for the caster with the highest attack for 2 turns. The kicker here though is that it can only activate every 4 turns, and yeah, it is only 100% chance if you plus 30 it. I think this artifact's not going to be that great for her. I think you're most likely going to use her on Guiding Light anyways, because she does have an extra turn built into her S2, making it so easy to proc, and just by keeping her alive, it looks like she'll be very, very annoying because her S3 looks pretty crazy, right? You can just not permanently, but you can speed buff your team and then, constantly apply skill cooldown and also this new debuff, which I'm not going to try to pronounce anymore. And because she is so fast and has that extra turn, it'll come out a lot faster than you'd actually expect. So yeah, Lua, guys, looks pretty cool. They do have this new thing where they showcase a fight. I think they're just doing this to make the stream longer, to make more money. But I think Lua is going to be pretty fun to use. I don't think she'll be super broken, right? Just looking at her skills, right? I think she'll be very fun to use, but she's not going to really do anything besides support her team. And I'd only really use her in certain situations where you're against slower teams, so you can guarantee the first turn, and where you have souls to actually soul burn her S3 to make sure you can land on soul weavers. if you're not going to run her on a high effectiveness build. But I think you're going to build her on very high speed, very tanky, and also high effectiveness, similarly to like a Peyra, but you know, I think Lua will have a little bit less of counters than Peyra does right now, because Peyra kind of gets screwed over by units like Alencia, units such as Violet, such as there's a lot of units, right? Even like DJ Passar. But Lua, since she doesn't really have that many directly attacking skills, especially because of her S3 not being an attack, she won't really get countered by those units as much. So I think she'll be very fun to use. For sure, I'm going to pull for her and test her out. Her banner will be running for 2 weeks, so you don't have to pull for right away. You can wait for people to review her. Like I said, she's not a limited unit, so you don't have to feel super bad about missing out on her. So we have that new side story coming out with that unit. So just clear through it. You're going to get her catalysts, her runes, and stuff like that to enhance her if you do pull for her. Now let's talk about the new ML 5-star. So we have ML Elena. Now ML Elena is also a ranger, light ranger. You're also going to see that her artwork here is pretty insane. So you're going to see, yeah, she just like throws explosions, right? But this is her artwork, guys, and her base stats look pretty insane as well. Let's look at it really quick. So you're gonna see, you know, she has crit chance from her awakenings, making her a little bit easier to build. Her imprints are attack if you have those Elena copies saved up. She also has crit damage from her awakenings, and she has pretty decent attack for a ranger while being, you know, decently bulky for a ranger as well with okay speed. Now looking at her skills, guys, you're gonna see her S1 is going to be just a normal attack, but when the target is debuffed, you'll do more damage. This does pretty decent damage, guys. Nothing too crazy though, but the damage is definitely respectable. Now we have her S2, guys. This is her passive ability. It's going, or not a passive. Is it a passive? Yeah, a passive ability is going to be after an ally except for the caster attacks. When the target is unable to counterattack, which you're going to see is going to be something that our S3 applies, you'll activate Worship Me, which will see our push all of your allies by 15%. This can only activate every 4 turns. Kind of similar to RGB Elena or Ice Elena in the fact that she'll CR push her team instead of just herself though, but you're going to see it's kind of similar how it works. Now we have our S3, guys, AoE attack that will decrease buff durations by 1 turn before restricting and applying another new debuff to the game, unable to counterattack. And this will apply for 2 turns, and when you use the skill, you'll increase hit chance by 35%. This is basically just for like Violet and Green Violet and stuff like that, and a lot of thieves that are running like Moonlight Dreamblade, counterset and stuff like that, and this skill cannot trigger a counterattack. Now you can also soul burn this to ignore effect resist. I don't think you'll be soul burning this as much as say like Lua, but it looks pretty cool. Unable to counterattack, self-explanatory. You just make the target unable to counterattack. Looks pretty interesting, I'd say. It's going to be used obviously as a counter to units that are on counter sets such as like Rem, Bellion, Violet, stuff like that. But this won't really apply to like Remuru's S2, Edward's S2, and also even Mercedes' artifact because of the fact that those don't count as counterattacks. So it's going to be interesting how she's going to work in the meta, but I think she'll be definitely good in like Guild Wars to, you know, stop the RNG that you can get and get screwed over by. Oh, this will also work versus Shu, which is very nice. So yeah, very good against those units, especially in like Guild Wars, right? In World Arena, I think she'll be like a good like last pick, similar to like how Lua will be. But for now, I think her kit looks pretty balanced. Both units look, you know, nothing too crazy, not super broken, but you know, will definitely be usable in certain situations and have their own niche. So now we have the announcement of when World Arena is ending. It's going to be ending on the 15th of October. So make sure you get to Masters because this skin looks pretty sick here. If you get to Masters or above and you keep your rank when the season ends, you'll be able to get this skin. Looks pretty sick, you know, Avatar of Bloodlust. Definitely something you want to aim for, especially if you recently pulled for Apoc Ravi, which you definitely should have. Like I said, you're getting that free ring as well. This ring looks insane, no? This is a perfect ring. Max health roll, max crit chance roll, max crit damage roll, max speed roll. Actually 1% above because you can't reforge it. And you're also going to see, you know, all the perfect sum stats. No matter how this rolls, as long as you, even if you get really bad rolls, guys, you'll still be able to use this ring no matter what in both PvP and PvE. And depending on how it rolls will affect, you know, what units you can use it on, right? If you get a lot of crit damage and crit chance, it'll be very good on DPS units. If you get a lot of HP, it'll be good on good, like, units that are, like, bruisery, like Fire Ravi after buffs, maybe, even, like Violet, even if you run him on a speed set, which I don't know why you would. Like Violet would be good with this, right? Like ML Violet, but you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of units that can use this. So now we have the September balance adjustments that are also going to be taking place. I already talked about this in a separate video. We'll go through this very quickly, right? Artifacts are also getting changed, right? So first, let's talk about Strays. His S3 will not trigger a counterattack, and the penetration rate condition will be alleviated. Don't really know why this is a thing. He's already pretty good, but you know, this will make him even better. He gets countered by counter attackers, but I guess they wanted to make him a little bit stronger because he's like the last boss of episode 2, so makes sense. He's going to be very good. Ravi, this is a pretty big change, right? She's going to start the battle with Fighting Spirit now. She'll also penetrate target's defense with her S3, which will make her S3 a lot more stronger, obviously. And you also have a chance to apply Unbuffable. Seems pretty decent for her. Now we have Kayron. So Kayron's going to get evasion now when he gets lethal damage, which will make him a lot better into cleave teams and will make it so that he can actually dodge units that can try to strip his immortal, which is very nice. You're also going to see Arya here is going to get, more effect chance on her S1 when it's not her turn, which is very nice for her counterattacking. You're also going to see her damage is going up and her barrier strength is going up. She was already pretty good in the meta, but this will definitely make her a lot better. Don't think she needed a buff. There's definitely other units that need a buff, which we'll talk about in a bit. But Arya, will definitely be more better. We also have, I think that's all. I think I didn't skip over one, right? Yeah, now we have Teiyu, right? Teiyu is going to get a little bit of a buff, right? Now you can just dispel all buffs right away. But, still not going to be that good in my opinion. I don't think he's going to be that great still. Now we have Rwana also getting a barrier on her S3. I don't know why this is a thing either. She's already really good. She's already very top tier in PvP as a counter pick, but this will make her even better now. It'll make it so that you can actually use her S3 a little bit earlier and not have to sit on it for a while to actually make use of it. Blaze Dingo buffs. This is going to be for PvE. If you use him there, it's going to have a defense break, which is nice. Kawana is going to be used as a decent CR pusher for fire teams now. Nothing too crazy. No one uses full fire teams. Hasul is also getting buffed as well, right? You're going to get basically just making her kit better, right? When you get counterattack now, you'll take less damage. Just a lot of answers to counterattacks right now because the meta is full of them, and you're going to see her S3 also got buffed as well. For artifacts, guys, Magic for Friends, Mercedes artifact is getting buffed, making it so that Mercedes is basically getting buffed. Don't know why it's getting buffed. I guess there was a bug where if she died, she could actually proc this artifact and then it'll go on cooldown, but now it won't do that. But they're also adding that she'll take even less damage from crits. So yeah, I don't know why they added the less damage from crits. I think the bug fix was fine enough. Now we have Unfading Memories, also getting effect resist boost and also heal boost, which is a lot better because no one ever uses artifact because Rod is just superior. Now it might be worth considering on units like DN because of the fact that she'll get more ER, making her able to be building more speed, right? And also the fact that she will be healing a bit more. Definitely we'll have to test that out after the buffs. Now those are the changes coming to the balance adjustments. Now let's look at the UI improvements. So yeah, I think these UI improvements are pretty troll. So first off, we have expressions that are set for heroes in your hero, tab when you're looking at your roster, will show on account info and battle results. That's it. So nothing, something that nothing that you're looking at for a really long time, right? Account info, you have to literally stare at it and do nothing so you can actually look at it. And battle results screen, you're repeat battling anyways after 5 seconds. So I don't know. Now we have also the added portrait mode to allow players to view artifact artwork more closely. Yeah, this one is for the weirdos out there. I mean, I wouldn't say you're a weirdo, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, RNL and Moonlight Dreamblade, if that's your thing, then yeah, we'll just go past that, but you know what I'm saying. Now we also have currency being able to be viewed during repeat battle. I think this is an okay change. You can see your energy, so you don't have to so you know when to cancel your repeat battle and restart it again, right? So you make sure you can also spend it all, but nothing too crazy for the UI changes. Waiting for that repeat battle in the background, but whatever. Now let's talk about the banners coming up. Isaria's coming up. If you don't have her as a new player, definitely pull for her, right? She's very, very good. We'll talk about it more in depth later. Song of Stars, very good for Wyvern on Furious. We also have Sez. Yeah, Sez is a pretty trash unit. I think he deserved the buff this patch, but whatever. His banner's coming up, not that great. Green Lilibet's also coming, also needs a buff. They're pretty much just releasing units, besides this area, that need buffs, which is very troll. And of course, we have Lua coming up, who's non-limited and she'll be running for 2 weeks. So you can wait for people to test her out. She's coming out on October 6th. So you can wait for people to test her out before you decide to pull for her. Mystic Summon rotation, right? ML Elena on the 13th, after APOC Ravi with Wanderer's Silk. Both units are very, very decent, right? ML Elena we just talked about looks good against counter, and Wanderer's Silk is very good for speed contesting, right? So coin shop rotations also changing. We have for the Galaxy shop, LQC made Chloe, 2 decent units, and for the Covenant shop we have Politis and Tywin. Politis is a top tier unit. Tywin's not that great. If you guys are looking for the video gift box password in the game that you can get in the mailbox, it is Astromancer. So make sure you guys actually, redeem it and get your free rewards. That's pretty much it for this video though, guys. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.